Did you know that you could level up your charisma on camera instantly by following one simple rule? This works especially well if you become shy or awkward as soon as you press record, and today I'm going to finally crack it for you. In this video, I'm going to reveal the critical mistake that blocks charisma when talking to camera, how to destroy shyness using the 30% rule, and how to apply this instantly to come across more confidently in your videos. To start, let's fix the critical mistake. So imagine it's a regular day in your life and you're walking down the street to grab your morning coffee. You bump into Robbie, who's headed to work, and have a quick chat. Robbie is a nice, normal guy. He briefly mentions a book he's reading and recommends that you also read it. You think, oh, cool, I'll have to check that out. And you both go about your day. Now imagine a world where real life was like your YouTube homepage or Instagram feed. You're walking down the street to grab that same morning coffee, and instead of bumping into Robbie, you see a hilarious fake celebrity prank as hundreds of screaming girls mob a fake Justin Bieber right in front of you.
Who's gonna carry the boat?
To your left, there's a super motivated, jacked gym guy passionately sharing his life story to a friend. And to your right, Mr. Beast is blowing up 5 Lamborghinis with a tank. And then you see Robbie, and he wants to stop and chat. In his usual calm voice, he's trying to tell you how he's read this cool new book and that you should check it out. You pretend to engage in conversation, but you're not listening. Your mind is totally occupied and distracted with everything else that is going on. If you're like most people who are trying to talk to camera with the strategy of just showing up and being themselves, any viewers you get are gonna treat you like Robbie. They'll listen for 2 seconds and then click off because there's so much more going on around them. Now meet Neil. Unlike our fictional Robbie, Neil is actually a real person, and he recently took our 30-day talking to camera challenge. On day 1, he was really nervous.
Trying to overcome some inhibitions and fears.
But by day 14, he'd gotten much more comfortable on camera. So much so, in fact, that he was starting to become a little bit like Robbie, a well-intentioned guy gently rambling to the camera.
I think when you can kind of put your hands up and say, I'm a beginner, you create more options for yourself and whatever it is that you want to do. So there's other things in my mind I would like to try.
Now, it's a big achievement that Neil got comfortable on camera and a crucial step. Problem is, if he stayed like this, he probably wouldn't get very far on YouTube. But I had a trick up my sleeve. The 30% rule. This is something I've developed after seeing thousands of students go through my programs that not only reliably makes them more charismatic, but more authentic too. Let's play the clip. Your expressiveness and loudness, maybe you're at like a comfortable 4 out of 10.
Okay.
So we're going to do an exercise now where you're going to talk too loud.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you to be a 7 out of 10 in terms of loudness and expressiveness. This is already rolling, I think.
Okay. It's instantly like feels like going back to day 1. Maybe I just find that when I'm talking to camera, I have to be this really like calm, considered, perfectly articulate individual, and maybe I'm just not that person. Maybe I need to work to become that person, and when I look at myself, I'm like, oh, is that me?
That was great.
Okay.
That was really good. You see, there's a massive difference, but not only in how engaging and charismatic Neil was being, but also in how much more himself he was being, how much more authenticity he could bring to the table. And this is because the 30% rule, it forced him to increase his energy, which in turn forced him to step outside of his comfort zone. And what this meant is that he was breaking his normal communication habits and breaking down that subtle mask he often wore. So if you push the boundaries of how you normally communicate, you'll often find gold on the other side. However, many people make a big mistake when they hear this advice, which actually makes this all work against them. So how can you apply this rule in the correct way so that you come across more confidently in your videos? Firstly, the 30% rule does not mean you just need to become 30% louder. It means that you need to become 30% more you. You need to turn yourself up, whatever that means for you. So here's an example of what not to do. So let's say I'm making a video about email marketing. Hi, I'm Thomas, and in this video, I'm gonna teach you a technique that allowed me to double my sales through email marketing. Okay, so now let me apply the 30% rule and become 30% more energetic and loud in the wrong way. Hi, my name's Thomas, and in this video, I'm really excited to share about how email marketing has doubled my sales recently. Finally, this is how you would apply it in the correct way. Hey, my name's Thomas, and I'm super excited to share how I doubled my email marketing results in just the last 2 months. See, that was more connected to emotion and exaggerating things about myself. Back to our if real life was like a YouTube homepage scenario. Robbie could apply the 30% rule by connecting to his passion and the message he wanted to share about his book. He would amp up his energy and connection to his emotion about the topic. And then if he coupled that with attention-grabbing body language and a powerful hook about why we should listen to him, he'd stand a much better chance of grabbing our attention and connecting with us in this crowded YouTube homepage world. Now, while this technique can be insanely powerful, doing it without the proper groundwork of becoming comfortable on camera first can mean that it's incredibly frustrating and overwhelming and may even lead you to giving up as a result. So, to avoid that, watch Neil's inspirational 30-day challenge journey next to learn exactly how and when to implement this.